Greetings and welcome to another thrilling adventure of the Planetary Persuader. I am Cosmic Kev, your host, and this is for the week. We always begin Fridays with this show. I guess it'll be all that for all my Venus rule planets. Anyhow, it's today. We've got ourselves the moon in. Gosh, looks like we're in. Uttara Ashada today, and moving from there over into Shravana as far as nakshatras go. And so in Western astrology, the moon's in Capricorn going into Aquarius at 9:40 p.m. We have Venus is in the constellation of Leo and in Western Virgo. So, and this week, it's in Purva Falguni Nakshatra, which is also Venus ruled. So, it has like the best of everything. And Venus is somewhat related to Lakshmi, and it's related to water in some ways too, and related to our ability to be creative, our reproductive organs, and what is eternal and sacred in a lot of ways. Venus is said to be Lord of the Demons. From Leo through Scorpio in Vedic astrology, we say, this is where our ambitions lie. And so, because of our ambitions, we get in all kinds of problems. So it's always something to think about. Okay, so we'll back that up again, and we'll talk some other things that have happened. We've got North Node in Vedic Cancer, South Node in Vedic Capricorn. So it's whenever you're in the late degrees of water signs, because the nodes move backwards. So Rahu, North Node in Cancer, it's like there's a lot of tumultuous stuff. Now Saturn is in the sky in Scorpio constellation, in the Gandhata as well, late Jyeshta, late Scorpio, as it is. Of course, Western Sagittarius, right? And Western North Node in Leo. But it's important to know some of these traditional sidereal systems, because they can clue you into some deep stuff in astrology that, although I know it can be confusing, and it can be like you're going down the rabbit hole getting there, but it's kind of neat, because when you're out in the sky at night, like an astronomer, and you go, oh yeah, that planet's in that constellation, wow, there they are, and the seasonal tropical astrology, you just can't do that, but the planets and houses are mostly the same. So we're still getting mostly the same message. So without any further ado, one thing else I didn't mention. We have a full moon on Thursday. Yeah, so, this is for the 29th through the 6th of October. So the 5th at 11:40 a.m. we have got the harvest full moon, and it is in the nakshatra of it's ruled by Pushan, known as Revati or Revati, and Revati is ruled by Mercury as far as a ruling planet, and Pushan's its ruling deity, who's like rules both roads, travel, and nurturing. And you know, with all kinds of crazy weather and people want to avoid things, they're taken to the roads, but also people come in, try and help nurture people in trouble. And this is where like the best qualities in humans have come, from the floods, the hurricanes, the fires. It's like when we do good things to each other. You know, that's who we really are. That's where we really shine. That's where we're moving forward towards. So without any further ado, we're going to do the Western forecast, you know, with beginning with you, Aries. So here we go. Greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. And so now the Sun is in Libra's 7th house. Jupiter is in your 7th house. Mercury, by 5:20 p.m., or 5:42 p.m. rather, moves into your 7th house. So there's a lot of negotiation going on right now. There's a lot of attraction to the opposite sex, or to the sex you prefer. There's a lot of attraction to making deals business-wise and jobs, things like that. So Venus is going through your 6th house, so it's like finding a better look for yourself. Mars is going through your 6th house, so it's time to get stronger and more physically capable. And Jupiter is in your 7th house, but it's about to knock on the door. It's starting to knock on the door of your 8th house. So in a lot of ways, like when Jupiter goes in the 8th house, you know, it's going to be like your spouse is going to be doing better, your wife, other people's money, sometimes inheritance comes better, underground markets are better then, but you might be subject more to needing other people's help and wealth. And sometimes people get into debt. That's not so fun. I don't like that. But, you know, Saturn in the 9th house. It's all about the learning. Moon this weekend is all in the 11th house. Very social. Good time for a party, you know. It's like those of us in the, you know, in these middle latitudes of the United States, you know, between 35 and 42, 44 maybe, you know, there's still some nice days left, you know. And people further north than that, they're screwed. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feeling. But yeah, you know, so you want to take advantage of the nice weather while you got it, that's all. Well, hello, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. So you have Venus in Virgo. Venus is kind of debilitated in Virgo, and this is why. And they say, you know, if you're too picky, you know, it's going to ruin a relationship. I mean, I see this in Vedic astrology more, so it's in Leo in that system, so, but it's still the same deal. We're talking 5th house for you, most of you. And this is where you really work on your creative expression. This is where you really shine. This is where you're more generous, and you want to adorn your children with things, maybe new pairs of shoes or nice clothes or something. It would, you know, make them feel good, a new blouse or shirt or something. You know, I think your love life with Mars there too, it's like, oh, you know, you just want to come from your heart. There's a lot of motivation to come from your heart, to work on self-expression, and to enjoy the love. But like this time of year for you, you have to work on health issues more. You have to look at, you know, you got to eat better. Like, you know, all of my natural physicians, they tell me, you know, fall is the most important time to watch your diet, not eat too much junk, to exercise more, get yourself in good shape, because that's going to help boost your immune system to get through the winter. For real. That make a lot of sense. Go do that. You know, and so I would go to the deeper wisdom and not just the common wisdom. You know, So anyhow, it's a time of creativity, it's a time of work, it's a time where you're addressing limits, maybe in your partnership or in working for other people's things. And you, this weekend's a good time for working on career, your public relations strategy, bringing it all forward. Well, hello, hello, hello to my friend Gemini. So Gemini, here's the deal. I mean, this full moon is going to be in your social house. I haven't really talked about the full moon for other people, but I want to talk about it for you. Because for you, there's going to be some off-the-hook partying. And it's understandable, you know, probably on a either Wednesday night or Thursday night. Because the moon's kind of in between the two, being at noon on Thursday. And I think you're going to like it. You know, this is a Mercury-ruled nakshatra. I would think you would, anyhow. Even if you were Venus-ruled, you'd still, Mercury is loved. And it's just, you know, be careful, be patient if you're traveling at all. Working on your home, making it nicer for fall. And your creative life is going through this nice boost. You know, Mercury's in the 5th now, so you feel more open-hearted, you feel more ready to express yourself. You're still working on long-term relationship difficulties or intimacy issues, and you're going through deep transformation in your own soul. The weekend looks like fun, though. I mean, I imagine you traveling, but you know, and also with the full moon being so close to Uranus, you know, and Aries full moon tends to be accidents and fights a lot of times, so, you know, kind of watch out for that. Well, hello, Cancer, and welcome to your horoscope. Now, Libra time is really interesting because it's a 4th house transit. And the 4th house represents our happiness, our feelings towards our family, particularly our parents. Some would argue particularly our mother. and just elders in general in our family or in our household. Some people live in extended households, especially nowadays. That's coming back. And in a lot of ways I think that's really good, because I think, gosh, you know, less children, more elders to help raise them is going to, you know, help those people to some extent. We're in a rough spot in the planet, though, and we have to, you know, we don't see our own privilege. You know, that's what I've been aware of. And so I have so much to give thanks for. Thank you for watching. And I just think like this full moon is going to really affect you at work a lot. It happens in the daytime Thursday. You know, you tend to do good with Jupiter energy, so just, you know, breathe some deep breaths. But, you know, Western astrology is a Mars-like thing. And I think it's just like nice to just be amazed without judging it, you know. It's okay to have some wow moments. Like, okay, wow. Don't have to go anymore with that. And like you're in a more introspective place. I think 4th house transit's more like you feel cozy at home. You're not necessarily likely to want to get out that much, but you are focused on family and housing and your car and things like that. You know, and I, you know, with the Mars transit through your 3rd house, I always say, get the vehicle checked out. You know, crazy weather's on its way. Again? Yeah, again. Don't throw away the waist-high waders yet. Well, hello, Leo, and welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, there you are with the North Node. I mean, most of your Vedic Cancer, so, you know. So imagine if you're like a Leo, especially born in like between, say, like the 15th, like any time between like the 11th and maybe like the 16th, like, oh my gosh, there's been all this churning, you know, an immense amount of churning. And And so there's this growth period, which is hard, you know, when new things happen, and it's really easy to feel ungrounded in the judgment of it all. You're wanting to be more reliable to your children if you're an older Leo, you know, and you have kids or grandkids, you know. You're wanting to be more reliable to them. So this weekend is a romantic weekend for you. Yeah, I mean, so if you have a romantic partner, you know, things can be nice. You know, and everything is just like working it out together. And when that happens, everything's sweetness. There's not a problem. There's certain things that we feel we need to control, and it's probably a reflection of things that were out of control in our earlier life. There's a lot of money issues right now for you, but they're going to improve. Yeah, they actually are improving. Even as we're doing this. I'm so happy. I am so grateful for this improvement. This is radical. Greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. We would like to know more about the world. We'd like to know more about this, but we're kind of glad that this is a second house transit, by and large, because we've got, you know, we're going to have Mercury, Moon, eventually. Well, right now it's Mercury and Jupiter, rather, and Sun. In the second house, I think this is going to help with the money. This is going to bring in some resources for you, which you need it, you know, and just accept, welcome and blessing, and then bless others if you want it to continue, because that will set off an energy where it shows the universe you're not only, you're worthy because you're giving to others and you're helping others do good things, you know, it's super important. Even little ways. Doesn't have to be a lot. If you're in an economic crisis, don't overstep it, but do a little anyhow. Just even if it's just nickels, you know, it really can help. You know, Venus and Mars in the first house. Oh, you sexy thing, you. So you Virgo suns, you Virgo risings, even you Virgo moons. There's just like, there's a sweeter element of that earthy sexiness in you right now, lifting things up. And there's this sensual thing too. With the second house is like this, oh, I love food, I want all this great food. So we got this full moon in Aries happening in the 8th house. It's like, you know, I would just like, just take it easy and be receptive. Be receptive to other people's ideas. Don't, you know, fall prey to others, but allow others to bless you and help you. If you need help, when you feel alone, allow them to help you during the full moon. That's fine. Okay. Oh, I know I could say more. Okay, so greetings Libra, welcome to your horoscope. So this weekend is super fun. This weekend, moon's in the 5th house, so there's like all this love and there's this ability to go. So you got Venus and Mars in the 12th house. I mean, that could be like really awesome pleasures in the bedroom. It could be secret enemies. You know, there's this couple at work that are against you. You know, I don't know. You know, that's a mundane, that'd be like a horrible interpretation. I think a lot of romantic fantasy, though. I would think Venus and Mars in the 12th, there's a lot of romantic fantasy. And there's also, in every 12th house transit, I think we feel isolated in what's affecting us in the 12th house. We don't know how to share this with others. I don't know how you're going to take this, but, you know, there could be life on other planets. Most of us are okay with that. But let's keep in mind, Libra, that we've got, you know, the 7th house is romance. You've got Uranus there. And then this, you know, and so Mars rules your 7th house in some ways. You know, Aries rules your 7th house. So it's almost like you like the conflict a little bit. Let's admit it. I know you like this image of being nice. But, you know, sometimes you pick a contentious mate just to, like, frame up your niceness. I'm I'm calling you out on this. And this Uranus thing is like, God, these people are weird. Some of them are brilliant, though. Super engaging, and on that mental level, you'd love this. Now the moon, which is also our mind, as well as our emotions, going to be conjoining that trickster planet, you know, in your 7th house. So what is he or she up to? What is this rascally partner of mine up to? And what am I going to experience on this? And, you know, plus I've got this romantic weekend planned out, and oh man, people don't always do things bad because things are bad. Oh, there's so much, you know. We're deep people. So, you know, you got Venus in the 12th. You got North Node in the 11th. So you're wanting to have better social connections. There's Neptune in the 6th. So it's like, you know, if you're having a problem with drinking, eroding your health, you know, there's help for that. And if, you know, your family's going through changes, well, I guess that's the nature of the world right now. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope. Yeah, no, yeah. I get it. It's time, you know, it's time to make better decisions for each other. We can't make decisions for each other. We can only make them for ourselves. Well, I mean, first of all, Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, all in the 12th house. It's like, you got to be working on your spiritual life right now. You've got to be working on your karma right now and making your karma better. That's really a big message here. So you've got Mars is over there in your 11th house. So you got good friends. You know, you got some buddies, you got some people, you got some, and Venus is there, so you have some girlfriends there. So there is this kind of like atmosphere of love and support, and with North Node in the midheaven, there's this desire for you to succeed career-wise. That's pretty, you know, that's tough stuff. But you're really good at family right now. You're really good because South Node's down there in the 4th house. You're really good at home. You know, this weekend is kind of like a more stay-at-home weekend for you. But things are about to change for you, Scorpio. Did you hear about Jupiter coming? We'll be talking about this next week. And it's going to do you right, you know. So, and I mean, you know, come Monday, Tuesday, Moon will be in Pisces, 5th house. You're going to have some good times this week. Don't worry about it. Good times are coming. Well, hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. So you've got the Saturn in the 1st house thing. And, you know, it's mostly towards the mid-later degrees. And so, you know, basically, if you're born between December, say 12th to about the 17th, you people are maybe 16th, feeling it more, you know. But, you know, those of you born after the 17th and after, really, I mean, it's all coming in late October. But anyhow, right now, this weekend's a good time to, you know, get in touch with the neighborhood, get in touch with your friends, get in touch with siblings if you haven't talked to your siblings, brothers, and sisters. Libra time's very good socially, so you have a lot of good friends around you. You have a lot of good people. You have a lot of support. And it looks like some of your creative, more bold ideas can be adopted at work. So you can have the work people acknowledge your good works. Okay. All right, greetings Capricorn, and welcome to your horoscope. So it's Libra is actually where you shine. You know, that's the midheaven. That's up there. That's where your talents and skills are seen by others, and that's where you're able to do your work, do some of your best work. Now Saturn's in your 12th house. Well, Saturn is actually good in the 12th house in a lot of ways. because Saturn's about things that last. And man, if you can last all the way to the 12th house, you're doing pretty dang good. Yeah. You're doing really good. And now's the time to work on your career. Now's the time to put resumes, applications out to new jobs that you think would be fun to work at, or you think would bring lasting results for a stable future for you. Because you're kind of good at preparing for the future when you put your mind to it. So calculated risks are good. And, I mean, you desire a lot of love and sensuality and all the mysteries of the earth, but, you know, taking shortcuts could lead to a lot of problems. So I just say, you know, try to be cool, chill with your risk taking. You might make some money this weekend with the, you know, the moon. But the full moon's about your home environment, your mom, and you know, there'll be some deep things happening at that time. Well, hello Aquarius, and welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, this weekend is made for Aquarius, man. I know we're starting with Capricorn moon most of today, but 9:40 is it tonight? Friday night? Yep, 9:40 p.m. Moon goes into Aquarius. So, very social weekend. Very progressive, alternative thought, and especially with Sun and Jupiter and Mercury moving into Libra, you know, there's this nice, airy, intelligent feeling. And remember intelligence? You know, intelligence is really nice, especially for intelligent people. For people that were dumb, it made them feel dumber. But what is he talking about? No, I mean, my daughter told me a long time ago, you know, when she was little, she says, Daddy, don't you think, you know, stupid people are happier? It's like, I said, boy, you're opening up a whole can of worms here, girl. We'll talk later. You're in a very lucky place, Aquarius. I mean, this is a time of good fortune. This is a great time of year for you to travel. It's like one of your best times of year for travel right now, and with Jupiter there, still there too, it's like, you know, go see some fall color, go to a place you've never been to before, and just have a lot of fun. And Venus and Mars are in the 8th house, so there's this kind of like a lusty feeling, and you're definitely in desire of romance with North Node in the 7th house. I mean, I see that. And a lot of things you're doing is kind of out of impulse. And so you'll be trying to resolve things in your subconscious, things from your past life, and family trauma and all that stuff. But yeah, you know, keep a chin up. You're gonna make it. You're gonna do good. You know, Saturn loves you there in the 11th house. Loves you, baby. All right. Hello, Pisces. Yes, thanks. I wanted to remind you. Okay, so we got a moon in Pisces this week on the 2nd and the 3rd, just to the afternoon of Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning, it's all yours. You know, you're gonna live it. You're gonna show your creativity. Sometimes you have to temporarily get in debt this time of year, so it's a little rougher time of year for you, where you're more subject to other people's money and other people's wishes, what your spouse wants to do or needs to do. But hey, you got Venus and Mars in your 7th house. You're such a lovely, luscious love. You know, right now, people want to love you. It's like, I love to love you, baby. You know, that kind of thing. And yeah, especially, you know, even with a lineup in the 8th house, I mean, that can definitely bring the libido up a little bit. But you look real career solid with Saturn in the 10th house, like you're going to make it. You're going to do serious things, but you're also somewhat of a dreamer, and we all know this about you. And you do funny things with your money. All right, that's part of it. But I think the full moon could bring some money.